Yeah. Start the spark, igniting flames. Builders rise, no time for games. RachelOnChain, BaseJunkie too. Ain't nothing we can't push through. Block stack heavy, empire tall. Base blockchain, answering the call. Codes and keys, never gonna stall. Brick by brick, we build it all. Let's fucking build, go with the grind. Ideas collide, progress gonna shine. Hands to the future, leave the past behind. Builders unite, all hearts aligned.
Yo, yo, yo!
Oh my God, we have our fire intro song today, the very first episode of LFB, you guys. Super excited. What's going on, BaseJunkie?
I must say, I feel like for the longest time we've been ships passing in the night. But I mean, I feel like these collab had to happen.
Meant to be. It's been meant to be, man. It was only a matter of time. I feel like our energy, we both come in up here. It just makes sense. So super excited to kick off this weekly live stream series. We're going to be here every single week, breaking down what's going on, what's happening in the Base and Coinbase ecosystem and the blockchain landscape as a whole. So very excited to dive in today. There's a lot for us to go through. So BaseJunkie, you want to kick us off, or?
Oh yeah,
maybe we share out the stream and get some of our friends in here.
Not gonna lie, that intro was like 54 seconds. I literally only put out to one group chat, the Base UDC fam, just inviting them. But yeah, I'll kick us off. Talk about the markets. If you want to share it with some more chats, guys. If you are joining the stream, show some love. Retweet. This will be a new weekly series, talking all things good, all things Base. All right, let me just pull up my screen to do a bit of sharing. Let's go. Wait, sorry, Rachel, did I kick you off the stage?
I don't know what happened there.
All right, let's go. All right. All right, here we are. Okay, so looking at the overall crypto market, I mean, we've had a little bit of life this past hour or so, but overall on the week, we are still down 4.5% on Bitcoin, down 9% on Ethereum. The entire market has been red. I mean, down 20%. Cardano, Dogecoin, the number one meme coin in the world, down 15%. I mean, it's been a bloody week. It's been a rough ride, but we are getting a little bit of green. Have we bottomed? It's up for debate. But yeah, we are seeing Ethereum under 2K. We've been here, it's been the first time in a long time we've been under it.
Wow.
This is over the year. We haven't had these levels before. I mean, since the bear market.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, really, you can see it in on the timeline. There's a lot of jokes about McDonald's applications, but I honestly like seeing the people show up, coming to spaces, like jumping on and talk about what they're building. I feel like this is a shakeout. This is a time like where we are really tested to see who is still building and who is still here and who's still showing up.
Yeah, I want to just make a comment there. I have some tweets and just some resources teed up for today. I don't know where the tweet is exactly, but Jake again shared a post about, pay attention to the KOLs and the individuals building in the community who disappeared during this time. I feel like it's kind of telling like who is still showing up, even when the markets are down. The people who have absolute conviction, I feel like, just showing up and being a part of this community and building no matter what is the way we make it and recover, I mean,
100%. I think we saw the quote unquote LA vape cabal sort of disappear after the whole Libra token or pump and dump, just massive governmental rug on epic proportions, and then it was quite interesting to see that whole click just like fade away.
Yeah, there has been a lot happening. I feel like we're in an interesting period of polarity. It's really interesting because we have all of these massive milestones happening in our industry, but then an absolute bloodbath in the market. So it's been pretty wild. I mean, just to highlight some good news here, let me show real quick what we have going on the Coinbase side. Let me see if I can share my screen here. So a massive milestone today for Coinbase. They have been approved to launch in India, you guys. So India represents one of the world's most dynamic markets for crypto and on-chain innovation. Coinbase actually published a blog article here. If you want to check it out, I'll actually comment with some of these resources for you guys to see. So, major milestones like this. Then, of course, Brian going to the White House recently. So let's see if I can share this. I'm sure like most of our audience watching knows this, but yeah, an absolutely historic day at the White House. And then also, let's see real quick. And then we have the Texas Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. So Texas announcing, I think they're BaseJunkie, they're going to be putting something like $500 million a year into the Bitcoin Reserve. So it's kind of an interesting period where there's a lot of advancements. There's a lot of milestones being met. But yeah, BaseJunkie, why do you think right now we're seeing this extreme polarity of like these major milestones, but a bloodbath in the market? I mean, I know there's other stuff happening as well.
I mean, honestly, it's quite fascinating to see. I mean, like, to be honest, like the prices that we have right now, like we don't deserve those prices. Like it
on
is
sale.
Yeah, I mean it's a fire sale. I think everyone was hoping for day one Trump in office. Like big news, like Bitcoin Reserve. Yes, guys, retail, we love you. We're buying your bags. Like everyone was waiting for that like rocket ship announcement. So I think a lot of that hype was sort of like priced in on the run up to his inauguration day, and then of course when he didn't say that, everyone's like, whoa, what's going on? And then I think just recently it's been a little bit lackluster. Some of the announcements about the strategic reserve, like the Bitcoin reserve, because he said, yes, we're going to be adding these other tokens into it, like bullish, fantastic. But for the Bitcoin side, they weren't saying, okay, we're going to be buying huge amounts. They were saying, hey, we're actually just going to add the Bitcoin we took from the Silk Road guys from back in the day. We're going to add that to the balance sheet. And it's like, and we're not going to sell that.
Yeah. And I also think, so another thing that's been impacting the price action and the market volatility. Also, I've been seeing a lot about the tariffs that Trump is implementing internationally. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, BaseJunkie, or do you have any resources you could pull up here?
Yeah. So if I had another one, if you give me a second, I'll find it in a moment. I'm not very good.
If not, we can just riff and talk about what you found.
I mean, to be honest, I just like to comment on the tariff side. I mean, it's causing these potential trade wars and instability in the market. I mean, like there are a few things that the markets don't like, and that's it's wars and things like the fact that the whole stock market is crashing. It's to do with the tariffs, this trade wars. The crypto market is affected, of course.
Of course.
This Ukraine situation, getting close to a peaceful talk, and then it's like sort of stepping away. It's like, wait, hang on, are we stepping towards escalation? So all these like macro factors kind of like put doubt in traders' minds and put doubt on such a global scale that people are like, well, like where is my money safe? So I think that's been one of the reasons why we have seen a bit of price suppression.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I feel like, again, just back to the theme of polarity, it's like I do feel in a lot of like conversations and interactions, like I kind of feel that sentiment underlying, but like I've been seeing IRL, right? Like I'm personally just coming out of ETH Denver. I spent a week in Denver with the Ethereum community. Also ETHSF yesterday, just went to go see Vitalik in person here in San Francisco and got to interview the head of product, Tom from Base. And it's interesting because I feel like at events like the one I went to yesterday, the kickoff ceremony to ETHSF, the sentiment was actually really high. Like people were extremely engaged, just like swarms, like a crowd of people listening to Vitalik speak. Like if you were there in the room, I don't feel like you would think the market was at where it's at today. So definitely still seeing people engaged and interested and maybe seeing the bigger picture of our space, right? Because we're going to see these volatile periods, but overall, there are very good things happening for our industry at the same time.
100%. I mean, like we don't like this doesn't feel like a bear market. And
no,
if you look on the timeline, you see people that are just like fatigued.
Fatigue. That's a good word. That's a good word. I feel like that's what I'm feeling from the multi-cycle builders, the people who have been in the trenches, survived multiple cycles, fatigue, but not lacking optimism. I feel like it's very important to remain optimistic and continue showing up. Like, like Jesse and the Base team say, think of the big picture in the long term, not focusing on the short-term volatility or lossing gains. But look at the long term. So
exactly. This is a marathon, and
absolutely
one of the things that really like inspires me is like the community coming together. So I mean, like before I share about something that's amazing, a great initiative in the NFT communities.
Let's go. We got the NFT professor here.
Before I jump into that, I want to ask you because I must say, last week, seeing all the ETH Denver stuff.
Oh my God!
I hit me hard.
All right, so check this out. If you're watching, if you're listening to this, well, I guess you'd be watching, not listening to this. Come check out. We're doing actually a mega space after this. And BaseJunkie, I hope that you're able to make it to this. Let me find the link. So I have a lot of projects coming from ETH Denver for this space, you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen here. Yeah, so I'm actually about to host this space in, let's see, about an hour to 2 hours. Sorry, 2 hours. And we have Stand with Crypto joining. Today, I got confirmation that the Blockchain Association will be on the space as well. They're an association that really works closely with Stand with Crypto, Coinbase, and actually pushes for positive regulation for our industry. Poonkar, how to DAO. I mean, if those of you that know me know I love DAOs. We got Poonkar, who is the author of How to DAO, who co-authored this book with Kevin Owocki. We have Unlock Protocol, DevFolio that ran the Buildathon at ETH Denver. We have Own the Doge. We have LBank, Metis, ZKM. So a ton of projects from ETH Denver. This truly is going to be one of the biggest spaces as far as like speakers and projects that I've had. So would love to have any of you watching today hop in. We're going to recap ETH Denver, and we're also going to take a look at ETHSF, which is happening right now in the Bay Area. So that's been pretty top of mind for me. And before we dive into NFTs, I just want to show some funny, one funny picture from the event yesterday. So let's see. So got to hear from Vitalik and the new co-executive director of Ethereum, of the Ethereum Foundation as well. And also Tom, head of product of Base. And there was also a couple of other folks from Base and Coinbase that spoke as well. But I had the pleasure of interviewing Tom, and we'll be working on that interview to release here soon. The funny picture here, though, is so when I mentioned earlier, like, you could feel like the buzz and you could not tell the sentiment in the market is what it is. This was Vitalik waiting online to be let into the room to do his own panel. Like this was literally, you guys, this was down the stairs, out to the street. Like it was really difficult to get in. Luckily, I was doing media and supporting the organizers with interviews. I was able to just go right in. But yeah, this picture was pretty starking.
So you just like bump past the Vitalik? Oh, sorry, VIP coming through, guys.
No, I got there before him, so it was a little bit easier. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting picture. He's waiting in line to go into his own panel.
To be honest, you know, shout out to him. That's actually pretty humble.
Yeah, I mean, also, okay, I also want to say I love this venue, House of Web 3, Edge and Nodes venue, House of Web 3 in San Francisco. You guys, there's like windows overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge. It is a stunning venue, but I will say it was not built for conferences. I feel like they had like fire code things they had to follow. Like there were so many people in this room. Like you can't really see from this picture, but it was as packed as that room could probably legally be. Like so yeah, anyway, really great time. I mean, so much buzz in the Bay Area and San Francisco. I do want to be like mindful. I'm aware like the markets have been really tough for a lot of people, but if you look at the long term, there's still a lot of people showing up who are active, who are engaged, and who are excited to build a decentralized future. So remain optimistic, friends.
Yeah, I have to echo those sentiments. I think right now it's a tough time being a trader. If you're full-time Web3, then you've got to be very careful with how you position yourself. I think it's always good to have some dry powder so you can capitalize as if the price goes down. Just stay safe, stay safu. Don't
Stay safu.
Don't jump into every low cap, thinking like, okay, this is the coin, I'm gonna make it all back. I think when you're chasing your initial, it's easy to get into that mindset of like, okay, I need to make it back on all, I need to make it all back on one trade. But sometimes it's okay. Like if you are trading tokens, make 20%, 20%, 20%. It stacks up. So just play it safe. Manage your risk profile. But you know what? This is the perfect time to build because you look to your left, you look to your right, and as Rachel said before, you look at the KOLs who are not here. Like they're gonna come back when the gravy train is on. But you gotta take note. Like who's actually in it, like to be popping champagne bottles at the finish line, and who's here adding value and building community. So I think one of the great things about the Base ecosystem is that it is a very supportive network, and builders support builders.
Absolutely.
And I think an example of this week that really has just brought more just bullishness. I mean, like I'm BaseJunkie, I'm bullish on Base. it is known, but it was incredible to see so many communities, NFT communities, come together to support our fellow builder in Isa Kilo. So let me just pull this up. I'm going to share screen.
Check it out
Again. So, oh man, it's powerful, and it can only happen on Base. Like,
Woo!
All right, here we are. Let's okay, that's another tweet I wanted to share. But look, here we have it. Hope for Isa Kilo. So for those of you who don't know, Isa Kilo, he is a Syrian refugee. His family perished and during the bombings, and he is basically a single dad who shows up for his kids. He's got his two kids. Thankfully last year, blackout. Thankfully last year, he was able to get to Turkey through the support of the Jack Butcher community. And this year, I mean, man, talk about like a guy who's having a hard time. He's now battling tuberculosis.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's having a hard time with things. But one thing that like credit to Isa Kilo, he shows up. He's like promoting his project regularly. He launched a project called Base Chicks. So this is Isa's page. He's here like every day, like posting his story, letting people know like he's like, so he supports other people. He comes onto spaces and he just builds. I mean, all the stuff on his timeline right now is people who see him, hear his story, and basically 74 different creators, NFT founders, and like artists all came together to create this collection, this Hope for Easter collection. So it's an open.
Wow.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
looking this up right now. That's absolutely
yeah,
beautiful.
there's Easter and his two kids,
Oh,
his two babas.
oh my God,
He's
so sad.
yeah, he man, he posts regularly, but one thing I like, it's so powerful to see so many projects come together to be like, you know what, he's one of us. He's a builder. He's trying his best. He's trying to better the life of him and his kids. And I mean, Jesse minted for 51 of these today. It's a $1.
Wow.
Oh, 21 minutes left. Okay, guys, this really is a
Okay, let's get some links out. I'm gonna find the links real quick.
yes. Go to
I'm on
BB
his page.
888. Yeah, that's where the official link is.
Participants.
And there's 74 art pieces. So all these different projects coming together to, I mean, it's just like, it's so great to see all these different projects, well-known communities, upcoming communities coming together. And you see there's like, 20, 30s, 40s. I think there's about 2 grand raised for Easter Kilo so far, 2,000 mints.
That is so
And
awesome.
I mean, really, like, it's just it just shows like the power of community and the power of supporting each other, like even in these hard times. Like everybody's hurting, everybody's bags are down. You think about your bags, how they were in November, and it's like, okay, you know what, 2025 is going to be my year. 2025 is going to be, like, gonna make it rain. But
What also that made me think about is just gratitude for basic necessities in life. I was having a conversation with a more like spiritual individual in my life yesterday, and we were talking about, like, even if things don't work out the way we plan, like at the end of the day, we have air to breathe. Many of us here listening or watching today have a roof over our heads, have family, loved ones, that we have. Like, not everybody has that, like showing this story with the Syrian refugee. Like, obviously, like, don't take anything for granted, right? Like, the markets may be down, but if you have air to breathe, a roof over your head, your loved ones, like, I think gratitude is really powerful medicine when times are hard. So
yeah, you're so right. Yeah, absolutely. It's important to take stock of what really matters. If you have your health and you have family, and you know like, there's more to life than crypto, and there's more to life than staring at the charts. If you find you are struggling, like, with mental health, there are
reach
communities.
out to us too,
Reach
like
out.
myself, Bill, Late Night on Base, and there's so many people in the Let's Touch Base community that will just like drop what we're doing and come support you. Like, yeah, reach out to myself, reach out to BaseJunkie, Bill. We have Spiral in the community. I think Just on Chain is watching. This guy like shows up every single day.
Just
Masonic Magician. Like, there's so many loving, caring people that will support you. So definitely lean on the community during these times as well.
a few weeks ago, I actually had my first, like, anxiety attack.
Wow.
I went to the doctor. I couldn't breathe for like maybe 3 days, and I thought I was just, like, just unhealthy or something. And then, like, they did all the blood checks. Thankfully, it wasn't like anything like serious. But they're like, yeah, this is like stress related. And like, we talk about like being bullish and like being like positive on base, and I think it's really important because long term, like, this is a very bullish time. You see people building, you support others, they support you, and you grow together. And we are working towards bringing a billion people on chain and growing the pie together. But I spoke on the spaces with the base UTC fam on a Monday about this situation, because I actually had to miss a space because of it.
Mhm.
And I must say, like, the amount of people that were like, that opened up about that and were just
Mm.
honest about it and say, like, yeah, you know what, I've had these things too. I've had anxiety attacks. I've had anxiety for years. This, that, and like, just talking about like ways they work through it. I felt, I don't say embarrassed, but it's not really something I was like super, like, I don't know, proud to talk about, or
Yeah.
comfortable to talk about. But then when I was just like, like, screw it, I'm amongst friends, and I opened up about it, and so many other people did, and they shared their stories, their remedies. I was like, oh man, you know what? Talking about it, it's so freeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think like, so based on like the strategies that you shared here, talking about it, leaning on others in the community, opening up, I think also practicing gratitude too. I think gratitude has been a big thing for me. Rather than looking at the things you don't have, look at the things you do have. Count your blessings, right? So I think those are like the top strategies I think for that. And also, by the way, if you're listening, burnout is a real thing in this space, and it's very important to take care of yourself, right? The market will go up and down. Your health and your life and your happiness, that's one thing I think that is worth investing in always, because you're with yourself at the end of each day. You know what I mean? So take care of yourselves if you're listening to this. I think like when the markets are down too, also a lot of people unplug and touch grass. And I think that's a really important thing. So something I tried over the weekend, actually, I did a phone digital detox for 24 hours, which I was like, wow, I actually haven't done this in like a long time. Like I've gone on retreats before where I've done it, but just like being at home, carving out intentional time to relax and not be on my phone, it kind of blew my mind, like how much we're on our phone and just on technology in our space. So I don't know, that's something I tried, and it felt really good for my nervous system over the weekend.
Is that something that you would try again?
I feel like I want to try this every weekend if I'm being honest. I know that's not realistic, but dude, the level of relaxation I felt, like not needing to check a message or the chart, like, just actually carving out time to just be, right? Like unplanned time, doing that for one day. Like I just felt so relaxed and so at peace that like, yeah, any chance I get, I mean, whenever I eat dinner, one of the, I guess boundaries I set for myself nowadays is whenever I have dinner at the end of a workday, turn off my phone. Like that time is for me, spend time with my loved ones. For those of you watching that know my Bodhi, my puppy. So yeah, that hour is like sacred time. So I hope if you're watching this, you have that time for yourself, and don't get swept into the markets, the bloodbath right now.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. I don't think I've done a 24-hour detox forever. But
hey, I would highly recommend if you can swing it, if there isn't a reason you need to be on your phone, if you can carve out a day. I was talking, like I said, I had a conversation yesterday, and we were talking about why wait for a sick day to take that time to rest and just like pour your cup back up. Why not take the proactive steps to not get sick, right? And take care of yourself. So yeah.
And that's a good analogy about the cup, because when your cup is empty, you have nothing left to give. So you gotta fill up your own cup, so you can then be a light to other people.
Absolutely. Well, this live stream, you guys, has turned into like, I don't know, like we've gone down the path of wellness, encouraging wellness. That is actually a big theme in the Let's Touch Base community. Like I actually try to connect with people in the community and learn about their lives outside of crypto. Like, what are we doing? What are our goals? Like, I think it's really fun getting to know people beyond crypto, making sure people are taking care of themselves. So.
I think that's one of my favorite things about spaces, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like low key spaces, because I remember so I've been doing spaces regularly since March, and in the beginning I was doing like everyday spaces, and there wasn't actually that much
crazy.
It was just like it was just like, I'm gonna grind it out, I'm gonna just grow it. And I remember in the early days when I had maybe like 20 followers or like 30 followers, I maybe get like one or two people join the space, and it was actually like a proper hang. Like it was like
it's like a kickback. Yeah.
Buddy, just like, hey, oh man, like, oh yeah, I guess it's recorded, but who wants to listen to this?
Listen, I love doing spaces. If you're watching this, you probably have seen me on quite a few. I've done, at this point in my career, I believe I'm at over 500 spaces that I've curated, I've hosted. So I love doing it for a reason. I think one of my reasons or my why in being in the space is building relationships, connecting with people, making an impact. And I try to focus on that above like the markets, although the price and the volatility is a thing that permeates into other areas. I feel like focusing on making an impact, building with community, making, lasting friendships. Like some of my best friends have come out of this space that I've, been connected with for years. Like, I try to focus on that and just keep building. So, I do have to go prepare for my next space, you guys, but I am going to share the link to that. If you want to come kick it with us, BaseJunkie would love to have you there. We're going to have a ton of projects from ETH Denver and, talk about what's going on here in ETH San Francisco.
I look forward to it. It's going to be 11:30 p.m. my time, but I'll stay up for it. I want it, last words from me is I want to say for this Hope for Issa Kilo open mint, there's 11 minutes. So if you
11 minutes, let's do it live.
Yeah. So if you want to show some support for another builder in need, worthy cause, go check it out. I mean, it's all over the timeline. Go check out the link. Rachel, if you
I commented on our live stream, so
amazing.
I'll once we hop off here, you guys, I will go ahead and drop some more comments with the link to the Twitter space I'm hosting, and the links to mint the NFT in the next 11 minutes, or the NFT. Sorry.
Fantastic. Well, I will see you on your spaces. I think I'll be doing my next stream on Thursday with Buildable.
I'll be there
late night on Base as we talk all things NFTs. I mean, the communities are strong, and I think the NFT season is around the corner. We're seeing a lot of rotation. Things are hitting up in NFT land. Shout out to the builders. Shout out to the shredding sassies. I mean, you guys have been crushing it. So, yeah.
Shout out. I guess I'll shout out my favorite NFT communities. Thank you, Base God, Nouns DAO, Oni Force. Those are my. I think those are my top ones. Pudgy Penguins.
And shout out the Ape Society, and shout out Base Topi.
Woo! Yeah, you probably way more about the NFT communities than I do.
Yeah, there's so.
I probably sound like a boomer.
No. I mean, I remember those projects. I remember actually you came onto the spaces once.
With an Oni, yeah, I had an Oni.
Well, you're like, hey guys, I've got some alpha. Have you guys heard of Pudgy Penguins? I think they go.
Oh no, we sent Pudgy to the moon. We actually I worked to send. This is a longer story, but I hosted an event in Tokyo, and we worked with MoonDAO to send crypto to the moon on a hardware wallet. And Pudgy was one of the projects, like Pudgy, Own the Doge, and a few others.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, all right, you guys. Well, peace out. Hope to see you all on the upcoming space.
All right.
And BaseJunkie, cheers, man. Kicking off our weekly live streams.
Cheers to episode 1. Maybe when the market gets green, I can afford a cup.
Man, you're awesome. Keep building, and if you're watching this, stay optimistic. Keep showing up. Keep building, and we'll see you on the next one.
Sounds good. Builders together strong. Take care. Stay based.
Bye, everyone.